So I'm just using one of these plastic trim extracting tools. It started to come better when I started to work it from this side, and I can get it out one side at a time, but it's reluctant to come out both sides. What I can see is those clip things are spring loaded. Now I knew what was there, I was able to push this in and lever and push that clip in a little bit, and the same with that one there to ease that out. And similarly I did the same with that one, pushed in there against that little spring clip, and that enabled me to get it out. So it's interesting that I've got the connections, but obviously no light, so maybe it's just the bulb that's gone. But now I can get it off, clean it all, and then put it back. Graham on the Jensen Owners Club forum said he'd done his recently, and he had to pry this rocker part of the switch apart at the point where it rocks. So that's got to be the centre bit, and then he pried it out and was able to change the bulb. It was in actual fact a really easy process. You can see how it's designed, and it did just need a gentle lever just on the one side and it flicked off. But as Graham said, you have to hold your breath while you're doing it because these are quite old now. And there's the bulb. It's a screw-in bulb, and I couldn't get my fingers in to unscrew it. And that's the one that's come out, and I think we can say that's definitely blown. I eventually unscrewed it using a piece of pipe, flexible pipe, and I'm going to use it to screw the new bulb in. What I'm intending to do now is just make sure this whole thing works. I think that's how it's configured. Live, 2 neutrals and another neutral at the bottom. So you press that in, or you can press that in, so that when you press the switch down, that should make contact. On my continuity tester, I can't get a beep. If I put the connection here, I can't get the beep on this there. The contact below, which you can just see, I think is badly corroded, so I need to clean that. So just ended up with some emery holding against the spring, and I just kept pulling out. So the end result is of using that emery is if I put one of the probes on there, press that down, so I now get some sort of continuity, which I didn't get before. If I hold that spring down, that should be live. So if I hold that spring down, makes contact with that one, and then that will light up the bulb. And then there's a separate earth connection there, and obviously that's the live connection down there. I'm going to test the light now I've fixed the poor connection. I've marked these, having tested it. It says earth to warning light, that's the black lead. This one here is a green with a light green stripe, and that'll obviously be the one that goes between the two connections. And then this one here, plain green, that is the live to the warning light. So obviously the red bit goes at the top. I'm just going to click that back in place. So with these connected live to the one at the top, the join between these two and this earth, the black earth to the bottom, with the ignition on, can test the light, and similarly it should come on with the handbrake. So it's on with the handbrake, and now I just have to do a test for the low brake fluid level warning. The warning on the brake fluid reservoir stopped working, and it was because the cork that I'd cut so carefully to fit inside the chamber had swollen and jammed. You can see how it's developed. So I'm going to cut that and shave it down. It would probably work without the cage. So I'll just connect it up and test it. And then what I didn't realise was you've got this lump here. So that's an even better way of doing a test. Without actually taking the cap off.